What's up? What's up? Yes, we are live. We are in action, and we are happy to be here. Hi, Jackie.
Hi, Edgar. I feel like we haven't been on our little live in a long time. I'm super happy that Edgar invited me to his topic today. It was going to be like a single topic, but
It's a hot one that's going around. Here earlier, last month already. It's been November. November. Yes, November's here. That's crazy. Anyway, we went to this great conference that we got to participate in, and we enjoyed every bit of it. But one of the top questions is, where are you guys from? Right? We always get that question. Where are you guys from? Tell me a little bit about it. Where is it at? But more importantly, why should anybody even consider moving to El Paso? Right now, again, me and Jackie, being born and raised here. I don't want to give my age away, but over 40 years here now. Living in El Paso, this is all I know. I left for 4 years. I went to school in Las Cruces, New Mexico, which is a great neighbor.
he's an Aggie, guys. He's an Aggie.
I'm a winner. But anyway, and the thing is, we don't know anything better than El Paso. But I can tell you this: when we do go out to travel and try these great places and locations, they're phenomenal. But we get to talk a little bit about that. So I'm hoping people can jump on today. We want to make this interactive. One, like I said, tell us where you're watching from today. Feel free to share that with us. Miss Jackie, jump in because I don't want to take on the whole show. I know I'm the attraction here. I'm the talent, but we want to make sure that we want to make sure we make this fun for everyone and we get to enjoy and answer some questions, but get to share a little bit why we choose El Paso to be our choice and why other people are, from people moving to El Paso, corporations, companies, restaurants, different things that are deciding to bring their piece and then bring it to us here in El Paso. So we'll get to share that a little bit today.
Or what you've seen, basically what you've seen out there in El Paso that's coming. Yeah, it's your question and answer. And I'll just touch a little bit on that. Yes, I was born and raised in El Paso. My father was born and raised, he was born in Chihuahua, Mexico. Yeah. And then he came to El Paso. And then my mom was born and raised here in El Paso too. So again, I feel like we've been to some amazing, amazing places. But I don't know if you felt this, or when you drive in back to El Paso or when you fly in back to El Paso, there's just like this homey feeling inside of you where you're like home, sweet home. Like, oh my God, I just love it. And people tell me, well, there's not really much to do in El Paso.
Right.
Well, okay. Yeah. We may not have the Disneyland. We may not have the Six Flags or, but we could get in the car or in a plane and drive or fly there. Yeah, what do you feel about that?
You make it so, and everybody always says it, right? Like probably one of the biggest things, I will take our mountain views and challenge anyone, anywhere, and let you guys know that we have some amazing mountains, and we sometimes take it for granted, right? Why? Because we're not taking a hike every weekend or enjoying that movement, right, with our family and friends,
or some of the hiking trails that we have that I didn't even know of till this year.
Exactly. And because we take it for granted, it's like, they're there, we'll get to climb them whenever we want to, right? And so where I'm getting at is a lot of those places that you guys mentioned, we don't have a beach. So if you're looking for a beach, a lake, El Paso is probably not going to be your choice, but it's okay because we have other great things to offer. And we'll share those with you as we go on with our show today. And hopefully we get to hear a little bit more about what you guys have to say. Again, it's a Q&A, guys. So please feel free to share. Also on here, guys, please make sure you like this stream. Subscribe it. We want to bring you guys a lot more content about El Paso, about why many people have chosen to do so, and we'll go from there. So right now we have one. Hi, Edgar, Jackie. Go ahead and list that on there. We don't have a name on it, but we'll just refer to you as a Facebook user here. We're watching from San Antonio. San Antonio is great. I'm hoping we got to meet you there in San Antonio earlier last month. That was a lot of fun. We have a great time. We've been in San Antonio quite a bit. Soccer tournaments. We had our real estate, our first Real One conference was being held there. Amazing venue. They did an excellent job. And so, thank you so much for sharing that you're in San Antonio. Hopefully, after today's call, we make you feel like you're in El Paso.
Restaurants.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about restaurants. Those are some of the coming attractions. I know Jackie wants to fill in on those because she's excited about all of these. They're not necessarily only coming. I mean, obviously, anything that comes to east side of El Paso, that's where we mainly reside, and it's attracting. It's great. I love it because we don't have to drive to the west side. We can just stay on the east side, right? But they're also coming to the west side. A lot of great attractions. I know that we even had the pleasure of going on date night. Yes, we still have date nights. Not as many as we would want, but we have some. There you go. Right?
I get one a month. I get somebody tell Edgar where he couldn't take me, right?
So again, guys, share. But downtown, right? Downtown is coming into some amazing.
Okay, guys, I do want to tell you, we did have one of our friends, Azali and Ben. It was Ben's birthday, and we have a real. If you guys notice, we have like a social network group. We're totally social butterflies. We love to be around people. I love to be at home too. Don't mind you, but I love to be with, my great family and friends. So we did end up. They tell me to meet us in downtown. His dinner was at a place called Weso.
Weso, yes.
Weso, WESO. And it is in downtown. If you notice, our downtown isn't as big as, say, San Antonio, Dallas, the bigger cities. It's coming together, and I really feel like the new spots are there. We just don't take advantage of them. Again, we are East Siders, so from East Side to West Side, El Paso has like a highway that just goes in a huge circle, so you could get anywhere less than 30 minutes. From here to the West Side, it's about maybe a good 20-25 minute drive. Mm-hmm. But this is where the restaurants are popping, guys. So if you are familiar with our downtown, it's up and coming. There's so many nice restaurants that are new that I hadn't seen. Weso restaurant had, like, the steak was amazing. I think we had steak. We had some empanadas, more Mexican retreat, yes.
And the drinks, those they like the whiskey. The whiskey was amazing. They smoked it right there in front of you. It was a cool little.
The experience and the ambiance was like, I loved it. It felt like I was kind of out of town. Now you can come out, you can walk, some nice little sidewalks with scenery. There was also a restaurant that was in the corner that had like patio, all glass windows.
Sushi place.
It was a sushi place.
You can help us out. Maybe put it on there on the comments as to what the restaurant is. But it looked amazing. It was packed, and we already had a reservation because you do need to make reservations to these great places, right? So yes. It was phenomenal. I know there's quite a bit. I know me and Jackie have on tour. We'll be going to these restaurants and kind of sharing the venue, the atmosphere, and what it feels like, so that we can kind of bring that to you guys also as we start exploring on these date nights, right? Yeah. So we'll go there, but let's go ahead because now, besides the fact that Jackie's made me hungry, we want to talk about. We'll backtrack a little bit in advance. The number one menu, some of the many questions we often get, right, is why El Paso? Why would I consider going there, Jackie? So let's tackle on that here, and very specific. Why has El Paso been your choice to live? And we decided to raise our family here.
You hit it right on the spot. It has to be family, and let me tell you, the culture here is over and beyond. The people here are over and beyond, and when I say over and beyond, it's over and beyond with welcoming, character, attitude. There's a lot of care in El Paso, and to me, the culture of there's 85% Hispanic culture here in El Paso, and we do have a lot of military coming into El Paso, and when I work with those clients, they say, God, I got so many people telling me that the people were so great here, and it is. They say they love the people, so I'm all about people. So why not stay in a city where I have my family here and the people, that just makes it feel like home, right? So again, we've been through busy states, busy cities, everything. And when I get home, I have like this sense of I know a lot of people say, you got to get out there. Yeah. You got to get out there and live. You got to go to Austin. You got to. Yeah, no, and you nailed it. I mean, it's, and when Jackie's talking about that family, the people here going
far up and above and beyond. It's just our entire culture, right? I don't think there's a bad bone in anybody here in El Paso. And not to talk about any other city or any place like that, but El Paso, just so you guys know, we border New Mexico and border Mexico. Yes, that's a state and a different whole country, right?
Yeah.
And El Paso has a lot of great things when it comes to family. Obviously, when you're deciding or choosing, at least you would think, in developing and growing your family, is you want to have a place that's safe. Guess what? El Paso is one of the top cities, safest cities among 500,000 in population or higher, right? That's the minimum number. And El Paso ranks in top 10 every year in and year out. So that's already telling you how much safe. And we've been number one several years. Okay. There's probably been a little bit of numbers here skewed there that have changed it. Well, we're not number one, but we're extremely, extremely safe. I think the number one thing when it comes to living in El Paso, still, I know with inflation, people can probably tell us, hey, I'm going to disagree a little bit on that and whatnot, but we're still very affordable across the board. And that's not only, obviously we, in our show and what we do in our lives is real estate, but what I'm not even talking about, I'm just talking about in terms of what it is just to live here in El Paso. It's much more affordable for you than in other major cities. So just a great place. Like I said, it's safe, and you won't be disappointed with the way the culture continuously treats everybody here. And
especially with family and kids.
Mm-hmm.
It's I kind of feel like I'm very happy growing my kids here just because of the warmth of the city. Although we're 800,000 and above in population and probably even more just because, like Edgar was saying, we're border with Mexico. We have a lot of our family culture coming over here, and it feels more of a warmer city. Now the small things that maybe we can do here is, like they say, is, Western Playland. As far as amusement parks, I don't know if you guys grew up at my age, but Western Playland was over there by Ascarate Park. And to me, as being that little, it was amazing. When I go and take JJ now, I'm like, needs a little bit of work, right? But Edgar and Alyssa told me some news that I didn't even know, and they got a new owner.
Yeah, new owner, Jackie. Let me just get to some cool specifics here. So it's been 60 years that Western Plano was being ran and operated by the Thompson family, right? And so Obviously it's a little bittersweet. He shared that earlier with some of our local news station affiliates here, and he said it's bittersweet. He was very grateful and thankful for the opportunity. And one thing that he shared that stood out to me was he's been approached year in and year out on somebody coming in here and taking over Western Playland. And of course, everybody has the next best idea, what they think is going to be the best outcome for the actual. And for those that don't know what Western Playland is, it is our theme amusement park here in El Paso.
It ain't Six Flags, it ain't Disneyland.
Right, and that's what everybody says. Like, there's no Six Flags, there's no. Okay, so what does that mean to a lot of people? Like, we go out there. And I'll share one this past summer. I took my son. I'm excited, right? I've become the biggest kid when it comes to. I hear that we're going to Six Flags, right? Yeah. And I get really enthused. I get excited. I said, we're going to do all the rides. We're going to buy the fast passes, all that good stuff. And we get there. My son's like, I'm not going on that. And I'm like, what? Wait a minute. Why not? That thing's scary, right? So now, there's different things that this new company has decided to bring on here, and they've been here in Texas. They have some flea markets. I think I give my page over to Jackie now. I can't find it. Traders Village, guys. So they have several flea markets across Texas. But one of the greatest things that they're bringing in, and they'll be taking over February 2023. So right around the corner. It's to me, it's exciting because he's not only looking to make the place bigger in terms of just the rides. As you can see, I'm excited about it. I'm really want to get out there because right now, when we talked about Western Playland, it's like, yeah, get out there for a little bit.
I'm sorry, but the Trader Village needs to bring back the haunted house.
Haunted house.
When I was little, that scared the crap out of me. But I loved it. It was like spooky, and they don't have it.
They don't have it anymore. And a lot of it was because it goes based on people that are going to these places, right? People that are going, providing their attention.
And it's all the way over there in Sunland Park, though, right now.
Well, the location's still going to be there, from what I understand. That's not moving. I think it's still a great location for it, obviously, Trader Village. But one of the things that the Thompson family said was they, they felt like this was a great connection. It just felt right. It was the right time. And some of the stuff the new ownership is bringing here is they're going to have new rights. So that's exciting. That's going to take care of what you're looking for. It's going to take care of a better food court option for you. So, it's all about food, right? Food, drinks, whatever you're going to provide. That's number one. But they're also going to be bringing other main attraction events. So that could be concerts. It can be, different venues for our people here. Because that's the main thing that we're missing. And he does not want to lose the whole family enjoyment of it. And as you, Jackie, know, we love to be able to bring our family, enjoy it. And not only us, it's El Paso across the board. We need things to do. We need things to bring that into play here in El Paso. So we're excited. Jackie brought it up. That was a little bit later down for the show, but we
entertainment from Jackie Lopez. Oh God, Jackie, let me see. What kind of entertainment? Talk to us a little bit. What kind of entertainment? I mean, I love the locomotives, and I don't know if I'm biased to that because my son plays like soccer, with the academy here in El Paso, but they share the same. They share the same stadium as the Chihuahuas. And that, guys, like, let me tell you, I was telling Edgar, it's so weird because the audience and the fans of the locomotives, this is it right here, right?
Yeah, this is it.
This is it, guys. You should see the people here. And if you haven't gone to a locomotive game, you need to go. You need to take your kids. It is probably my number one thing to do here in El Paso. I mean, it is bumping. Chihuahuas, I am in love. I haven't been to a game though in quite a while. But I feel like the audience and the fan, and especially when your kids love soccer too, it's like it's happening. To my understanding, I don't know how true this is. Maybe Edgar could correct me. Is the locomotives are trying to get their own stadium, or is that too big to say?
Well, I mean those are in the works, right? I think a lot of that talk and is top secret up top, right? But as right now, it's a great venue. I think for us here in El Paso, it's great knowing that they also share that stadium with the Paso Chihuahuas, and they're both evenly and equally, depending on which you like, baseball versus soccer. You really don't even have to be a fan of soccer. It's just amazing that you can go out there and actually feel like you're outside of El Paso. If you've gone to any live baseball games, and for those that want to know, like, who is the Paso Chihuahuas, they're the AAA affiliate to the San Diego Padres. So we get to see some of these stars. They come into El Paso and they're doing the rehab stints and stuff like that. And sometimes even some of the own players here get to make it to the big leagues, and they get to get picked up not only by the Padres, but other teams also. So that's exciting. Right now with the locomotive, obviously we have some pursued interest on that just because of all the great things they're doing. One is talks of them being able to create their own stadium. There's other talks that they might be partnering and looking to find someone like in the MLS that can partner up to make our soccer program here. And that feeds not only down to great opportunity jobs there with, which is what we all want, right? How does that help our El Paso economy with all these company venues and stuff coming in? But they, jobs are provided. People that run the actual stadium there, that will be for the Chihuahuas and also the locomotive, which is great. But even on a personal level, for some of these young kids, which I think is great. I mean, you get to now see a great buildup from being able to play in the little leagues, which is huge. As some of the entertainment and family friends that you get to see as well when you're participating with your kid. They play in these competitive sports, and as they get better, now they have a nice funnel to go to with the El Paso Locomotive soccer team. So for me, I mean, it's exciting. And again, we get to see it live. You saw a little glimpse there of how exciting the game is. Some other great entertainment, Jackie, if you want to take over on that. You're kind of speeding me up here, girl. I get excited about this stuff.
I don't know. I'd leave it to the audience to tell us a little bit of what they've experienced, because I kind of feel like right now we're like locomotives traveling. It is a traveling team. So we're always in these different states, and what I could compare cities, and what I could compare to there to here is it's just so much more calmer. So people do like calmer, quieter cities versus fast, loud cities. So, it just really depends on what people are looking for in El Paso. We talked a little bit about food. You are going to see a lot of Mexican restaurants here. Authentic Mexican food. I love it so much because, there's not a lot of Tex-Mex. It's real authentic, loving soul food for us here in EP. So some of my favorite places, and I know everybody's like, what the heck? Carlos and Mickey's. I love them to death. So I love the guacamole. I love the tacos. I love the flautas. I love everything about it.
Absolutely. And I think what's really cool is when you get, some of our partners that come from other places, even in
Texas. They'll say that.
Even in Texas alone, which is great, which is crazy, right? Because as a matter of fact, I think we need to do that special next on the best tacos here in El Paso, because I think I saw something where the best tacos were in San Antonio, and I almost laughed. No offense to my San Antonio people, but I was like, and even Austin, I was like, no. Because
real Mexican food, but real Mexican food. Oh my God!
Well, for you guys,
that gets us in trouble.
Yeah, exactly. If you guys haven't noticed, that's what we have to.
You kind of with the tamales and champurrado and all that good stuff.
Here comes the busy season with all that good stuff. But the food in general, and which leads us to some of the restaurants that are continuously coming in, outside companies that have never been to El Paso that are getting attracted. As you guys know, last year, or in 2020, we got news. Let me get back into my little screen here action, where we were able to get Amazon, right? The fulfillment center that just came in, and we thought for a minute, let me just share that with you guys, and this is the one, because there's actually, because this one did so great. Look at this. It ended up being 2.6 million square feet. That's how big this sucker is. And again, what does that mean for El Paso? It means more job opportunity, people that are going to be fulfilling these orders. It's amazing. Originally, I think I had mentioned that it was 625 square feet, which is huge to begin with. But this makes the largest.
It's one of the largest fulfillment centers.
Yeah. One of the largest one. It's definitely the largest one here in El Paso on all industrial fronts, which is amazing. And now they're working on the west side one. So this is Amazon one. West side gets to get their location over on the west side. And again, guys, exciting times, because again, it's affordable here in El Paso. But not only that, you're going to get an opportunity to keep that here in-house in El Paso, which only brings other companies wanting to come. I think we had, what's this? Cookie Crumble came in last year.
There's a lot of franchises on the hook, and I do hear Cheesecake Factories on the go. If that happens, game over. Seriously, I love Cheesecake Factory just because of the cheesecake. And the 20 million different entrees that we get all the time. And I know it's a chain, but to have that here in EP, there is land in EP, and I really feel like we are on the radar of these corporations and franchise industrial. All those people seen us on the map, and of course, it's going to grow even more in El Paso. It's east or west. Northeast is going to be growing amazing. It's so beautiful over there now. They have new retail shopping centers, new restaurants heading that way. So Northeast El Paso is about 15, East El Paso 15, and West Side about maybe 25 minutes to Fort Bliss also, which is our, you want to talk about Fort Bliss a little bit?
Fort Bliss, and so as you guys know, here we have the largest Army base, or second largest Army base here in El Paso, which is amazing. That also has brought in a ton of activity for us here in the real estate market, as these great soldiers, and thank you for your service, continue to bring and represent here in El Paso.
And they love El Paso. They love it.
They love it.
Yeah.
We've had so many people that have come, they've purchased, they've sold, and we've gotten calls later down the year saying, hey, I've got my retirement papers.
I'm ready to come back.
Coming back home. This was not their original
Yes.
home, but they're coming back home. We've had some this year where they actually sold because they were going back home, and just said, you know what, I can't believe we're actually leaving El Paso because of we've been here for so long. You guys took us in when we were young kids in the Army. And now we're leaving as older adults just to be closer to our grandchildren and whatnot. But at the end of the day, I mean, I just truly, truly love El Paso. We love its close proximity to, you know, if you want to get a little bit colder, guys, you guys can always go to Ruidoso. That's what, 2.5 hours away. 3 hours at the most, right?
Yeah.
If Edgar's driving or not.
If Edgar's driving, it's 3 hours. If I'm driving, 2.5.
Yeah, something like that. But you know, it's definitely a great opportunity to go here. And I said we've had a lot of people just talk continuously about El Paso. So you know, some of the pros and cons that we've gotten here, you know, it's been construction, the roads, stuff like that. That's come in here, guys. That's like in any city. We're obviously trying to find a better way to navigate through El Paso. Right now, we're actually building the entire a new freeway that's going to connect. Jackie said it kind of goes in a whole circle. There's a missing piece coming into El Paso from East El Paso, coming into the, you know, central portion of it. And so they're building a new highway there that's going through Montana. Those that do reside and understand and know El Paso, I mean, that's going to be another great way. Right now, it's tough. It is tough because you have all this road work going.
Lots of traffic, guys. Lots of traffic.
Some of the exits have been blocked off. People fighting, having, you know, road rage.
So the traffic here that's a downfall. Like the traffic here, and East Side is even more. And so when I tell people coming to the East Side, I said, guys, I'm just giving you a fair warning. The traffic is, it is bad. Right? I've learned to take the back road, so it's a little bit easier. And those are suggestions that I give to people. But those are underway. They are being developed. Is it going to take time? Yes, it is. I don't know why we're always on a delay mode when it comes to building. And because we're building so much in the East Side, that new construction is coming. So it's making harder to get like access roads to get to these subdivisions in the neighborhoods. Yeah. But it is in works. It is in ways. So, I mean, that's one downfall that I see is in El Paso is getting the shit together with roads and bridges.
But you know, she threw down the mic. But what's funny is that you say the traffic and being bad, right? So what's bad, right? Because if you talk to somebody in California that tells you I have to commute from my house over to my work for 2 hours, I'm stuck in that freeway. 2 hours. Guys,
that's why I haven't been to California seriously anymore because of the traffic.
You know, and 2.5 hours really back and you add that up, that's 5 days that you're on the highway. So I'll take my 30 minutes, and Jackie can take the whole, you know, 25-minute delay there. Being traffic, I'll take that any day of the week. So again, it depends. You know, you choose to pick how you do that. People over in the Northeast will tell you there's Northeast El Paso, which is very dominant. You know, beautiful area in El Paso. It has a lot of our military folk that reside there because they have close proximity to Fort Bliss. And so they go there and they'll tell you, I'd rather live in Northeast El Paso any time of the day of the week because it's 15 minutes anywhere. So, you know.
So we have a lot of controversy going on in El Paso where people ask you, like, where do you live? You know, and if you say East Side, they're like, ah. Then somebody says West Side. They're like, oh. Tell us a little bit about that, Edgar. Tell us, right? West against East. Please.
So and again, you know, we have very good friends, relatives that live on both sides.
Most of my friends,
East El Paso, and then you know those people they come from strong bone, really, you know, strong individuals, not weak. You know, we come from the Northeast, and that's how we do things. But if you want to talk about East and West today, we'll do that. East, you know, which one do you want to go with? East, I'll take West, or how do you want to go about it?
Well, I guess you could say West downtown has more over there than East with just restaurants and bars. Get me? Restaurant and bars. If you want to have fun, West. If you want to have fun, more date night, more Top Golf, more skydive, more the downtown new sceneries, you go west.
Okay. I mean, and again, everybody's subject to their own opinion. I mean, so West is definitely it has a little bit more establishment. As you're coming into El Paso from New Mexico in that area, basically anywhere that's residing west of New Mexico, you're going to come into an older place. They do have some definitely some beautiful new construction that's going on. They also cover some on the beautiful mountains here in El Paso, or Franklin Mountains. So they capture some of that, and it's amazing. They're building some amazing homes out there. You have the Upper Valley.
Upper Valley is more like country feel. You get more acreage. You get more greenery. You get river, it's beautiful. River. A little bit more west,
mosquitoes,
and a lot of mosquitoes.
But so I mean, it's a great thing over there. You go east. East is where you're going to find yourself with a little bit more new construction. I mean, I remember growing up again in the Northeast, El Paso, taking a trip out east where we live now and where our office is at. That seemed like it was a 45-minute trip. And to me, it was just like, man, that is so far. I'm never going to live out there or nothing like that. And you talk to some of our clients now, they are continuously moving further east and east. And we also got some nice gems. Let's
talk a little bit about Horizon, though, since you're in the east and that it's growing that way.
I was going there. You have the Views, the View subdivision, which got featured here probably in the last 3-4 years, Jack. Mm-hmm. They built some amazing homes out there, and
that's where the Amazon building is.
Great location, close proximity to, and they actually have a whole new commercial center that
is beautiful, guys.
It's brought restaurants. And again, when we keep talking about restaurants and these things, guys, for El Paso, that's huge because it's bringing our economy up by all those opportunities there of people that get employed by them. So all these are all great little activity things that are going on. East and west, we're seeing a little bit on both sides, really. And those are all strong.
Ryan somebody is stating here the taxes are lower in Horizon. About what, maybe 2.8, maybe 2.7 is maybe what you're looking at, and it's in that little area of Horizon. Mm-hmm. Horizon, I still have a really good friend of mine, Andrea. She lived out in Horizon when I was a little girl, and it was just like we had to take like these dirt roads to get to her house, and that's what I remember. And now when I see these, like the development there, it's beautiful. And it's like a whole new little city there. Again, that's where the Amazon hit they knew what they were looking for. They grabbed this huge acreage of land and they just started building there. So values of homes in that area and the new homes are just growing and growing. And it's amazing. It's amazing to see, to me, in my opinion, El Paso growing the way that it's growing now.
Oh yeah,
we're on a totally different radar.
We used to, just 10 years ago, maybe 12 now, joke around about, people that were, like you said, your friend that lived in Horizon.
Yes.
I used to be like, oh man, they barely introduced water to you guys out there like last month, right? And that was like 12 years ago. It was just a joke, right? But we used to be like, hey, you guys finally got internet out there. And now it's like, it's a whole different little suburb of El Paso. And it's a great location to be. If you want to look into looking your homes, we're going to be featuring that side here in our next episode as well. So all these things are all great attractions to El Paso. And really, really the main thing, guys, that people continually always ask is, why and how, and they want to know why El Paso. And the number one thing is, why do you love it, Jackie? Give us a straight answer, and that's it. I don't want to hear nothing.
I love it just because of my family. I'll be very honest with you. And we recently had a wedding in our family, which we hadn't had a wedding in our family. I think not like that. Like I think exactly 21 years ago. And my family came in from all over, like Dallas, Albuquerque, Arizona, everywhere, and Colorado. And at the end of when they were going back home, they're from here, I said, oh my God, I really want to come back home. I really want to come back home. I miss my family. I miss that we're all together. I miss that I can't go and visit you on the weekends. I can't see what you, our family dinners. I don't know if you know my side of my family, Edgar, his side of the family, but best city to raise a family. Yes, on point. Best city. It's very touching when when you have family that you don't want to leave, and my cousins, they're lonely out there. And when my grandma, well, she's deceased or whatever, we grew up at my grandparents' house, and it was like 50 cousins of us, and it was just so amazing. It was so beautiful. And I don't want to lose that here in El Paso. I don't want my kids to lose that in El Paso. So if it's for me, it'd be family, culture, for sure on the #1 radar list. If I want to go to Six Flags at Disneyland, we're going to go to Six Flags at Disneyland. Yeah, we'll get in the car and drive, or we'll take a plane, whatever it is. I just love my hometown and my city. And I know there's so much more to see out there, but I don't want to see things out there without my family. And I'm a mama's girl. So I live like 5 minutes from my mom. My sister lives across the street from me. I mean, my aunts live next to me. I can't complain.
Bam. Okay.
Born and raised.
Born and raised, and there you have it from Miss Jackie herself. Obviously, El Paso it's a great place to live, raise your family, and like I said, if you're going to continue to look at different places, you want to look at that. Take a chance on it. Like I said, I had a lot of family, a lot of friends graduating from high school. They went on to other great universities, and they did extremely well. They have left. We're gone for 18 years, and I love just getting the call from them saying, "Hey, I'm reaching out to you because I heard this is a new location that's popping, that's hot, and great things are coming. But more importantly, I'm ready to come home." And to me, that's just amazing feeling. Like I said, I have some real close friends that went through that exact same process. And when they call me and say, "I'm ready to come back home, I can't believe, everything that I have. I'm blessed. I can just bring it back to El Paso and do it." And that's really what El Paso is.
I just love it. It's how do you say it? It's where you want to be to raise your kids. In my opinion, my kids are doing amazing here. They're doing big things. They're, it's super affordable. They can have their home, their starter home here at El Paso. I mean, our median average sales price in El Paso is maybe 240, 250. Let me look at my last stat, right? But guys, it's just affordability. It's culture. It's love. It's family. And that's all I gotta say.
No, great. And, so some of the other questions, that we constantly get, I just want to ask it on here. That one came on my phone as I'm getting a text to me, but is how do you see today's market working in El Paso and comparable to the rest of the nation? Like, if anybody is considering moving to El Paso, what are some of the things that you want to point out to them coming here?
Oh, okay. To me, I don't want to use the word normalize, right? Like, okay, this is the norm. Let's get used to it. Yes, it is. Things have changed. Prices have increased. But let me tell you, prices have increased for the better. There's people that are sitting on so much equity right now that could even change their whole entire lifestyle. I don't see prices depreciating or prices going significantly lower than what they are. I feel that if you want to make that move to El Paso, the rates may be scary, yes, for one thing, but social media is always in the news, always going to scare the shit out of you. Like, that's what it's all about. But you got to think about the long term, not the short term, the long term of the investment. For God's sakes, Edgar, we just signed a home that's 11%. And I signed on that. Was I scared? Yeah, but I knew the possibility is in the future that I'm going to be able to refinance that again to a better rate where we're going to be able to save money. We're still affordable. Equity went up quite a bit. So you're not going to be falling in that downfall.
Absolutely.
Real estate is real estate. Buy the real estate. I mean, and that's just my opinion.
And And so a great answer to a question that we can dissect it and look into very many different variables of that nature. Here again, just for your what we're seeing, at least in our experience here with our business, we've gotten tons of people that have chosen to leave. And one thing we haven't even talked about is the beautiful weather in El Paso.
That's right.
Like right now, I think we're probably, it's funny because I think everywhere I went, it's getting so cold and so chilly. And well, look at me, I'm wearing a little slight sweater today, but it is so warm compared to everywhere else. I saw snow falling in Denver last week. Up in, we have Miss Soraya, our daughter, that's playing soccer up there in Chicago, and she's telling us how cold that is. I'm like, no, thank you at all. But better yet, say what a lot of those people are wanting to come to El Paso for weather, for the safety.
That is true.
The lower pricing, all that, and it's very true. For instance, people have decided to sell their homes because it's so crazy right now. Trying to live elsewhere, and I don't want to pick on any of my California people, but you're paying this much, you can actually come to El Paso and get something much bigger, different than what you've seen for much lesser prices. Jackie's cousin continuously messaging like, man, I cannot believe that I'm getting this particular house update from you guys, and that house is only going for this X amount of money, where over here that would be at least $1 million. And that's crazy to me because that's just Phoenix. It's not too far from here. That's in Phoenix. So again, guys, those are just some of the thoughts. Hey, look who it is, Sylvia Ramel from Montreal.
Sylvia, I was thinking about you the other day.
Yeah,
I promise you that. I'm like, you know what? We got to get back. I remember seeing you supporting us so much. So we're talking about El Paso here and the great things that you can do, what's expected, and so forth when you move to our beautiful Sun City. But I was trying to find a post because I read it the other day that I think it's over 260 days of sun here in El Paso.
Yeah, I mean,
of the year.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Like, yes, I'm always cold though. I go to restaurants and movie theaters, and I'm always cold. So I always have to have a sweater in the car. But that's beautiful. So if you want to come and enjoy the weather here, the weather is amazing. It's just amazing. You'll probably just need a sweater, and that's probably it. But me, I come out with these bubbly jackets that are unnecessary just because.
Like I said, you get a winner.
Oh my God.
You get a winner. It's not as crazy. It's not 6 months worth. I have friends that are shoveling snow out in Chicago, and just to get to work and get to places and stuff like that. And even, Soraya told me, like, that's not something that I enjoy. She went obviously for different reasons, but some of the many things there. And I just want to make sure we did touch on the weather there.
The weather and school districts too. You didn't talk about the school districts.
As a matter of fact, school districts. So they're all very highly rated here in the state of Texas, which is amazing for all our public schools. We have, 5 different, I don't want to say 5 because I know there's some of the little ones that might get offended, but so you have the El Paso Independent School District, you have the Isleta Independent School District, you have Socorro ISD, you have Clint's a big one here. I believe Tornillo has their own as well. Hope I'm not forgetting any of the ones there. One of the biggest attractions here that's going to that's a big thing right now is year-round school versus your traditional have a longer summer type school. El Paso Independent School District, which is the district that I used to go to, has always been, your a longer summer. And what I mean by that, there's not all these intersessions that some of our other districts like Socorro and I forgot Canutillo School District as well. And so those are all great programs, and they're all rated A, which is phenomenal. A lot of great programs that are now being brought to the schools.
And an example, like for Ashley, she is doing or getting her associates the same time that she's going to high school. So when she graduates in March, she'll have her associates from El Paso Community College, and then she'll have her high school diploma. So those are just some of the programs. They have like mechanic program, nursing programs, whatever. But
trade school,
the trade schools,
the trades that are kind of becoming a bigger thing now than they ever were before. Is great, but not to leave out, like I said, that those are all top rated. I know El Paso is actually in the middle, independent school district. Before I leave this, they're in the middle of deciding it. They're taking surveys from teachers, parents, if they want to adopt the year-round school, which is exciting for me because I think everyone should be on that same schedule.
Yes, early college programs. Yes, there is. There's UTEP. That's our college here in El Paso, Texas.
Yeah, I was gonna. You can't
University Texas
it
of
is
El
home
Paso.
to our UTEP minors. That's UTEP, and up until last year, I'll give you a little nugget, Jackie. You might not have known. We were and they were actually known as Texas Western. And if you guys didn't know, Miss Jackie came out in that movie, Glory Road. Watch it. If anybody can spot her, I promise I'll send you guys a gift card. But that's just you guys. Hey,
you're not to watch the whole movie.
You got to watch the whole movie.
If you send a clip of where it was in that movie, you get a gift card.
You get a gift card. Can't tell you how much. I can't tell you when, but you guys got to look at
that
it.
movie is called Glory Road, and it was
it's a story of the UTEP miners, which is amazing. Coach.
Oh wait, I do got to say something though too. Mm-hmm. That was bull crap of what I went through that night though. I feel for these extras because I was an extra. Obviously, I was trying to get a bigger part, but it didn't work out. 16 hours on set, and I walked out. Because my feet were burning. They dressed me as this little Mexican restaurant girl partying with the players in J-Town. And let me tell you, man, I gotta see Tatiana Ali and all the other, actors that were there. You couldn't talk to them. You couldn't nothing, whatever. But I was there, so I was in the scene. But 16 hours, guys, okay, of this bull crap. I'm lucky that I even got me in the scene, and I got like 4 seconds of fame. That's it. 4 seconds of fame.
You were being extra? Yeah, she was, Jesse. She was being an extra there. But oh,
and guess how much my paycheck was?
Hey, you remember? The check was cool. It was like $3 something, at the time.
I remember it being $3 something. I thought I saw $68.
No, Jackie.
Oh my God.
Hot doggo. There you go. You said some people have seen the movie.
I made an extra.
For those that haven't, I said UTEP is a phenomenal college here in El Paso. Yeah. I'm glad to be a part of it. The Sun Bowl actually holds one of the oldest bowl games in college being played today. We've seen some great games, great
super fun, guys. If you haven't been to the Sun, what is it? What was I calling it? Rose Bowl or something?
Yeah, Jackie's calling it the Rose Bowl, and that's where you got to excuse my wife because she's so cute. And I tell her, I go, Jackie, I don't know how many of your cuteness is gonna get you by, but I try to get you guys.
People they probably know I'm wrong, but they don't say anything to me. They know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely. You know what? You're lucky because El Paso does have the nicest people. They don't hold it or judge you on that. Right. They don't judge you. But so again, guys, just some of many. I want to be able to bring these places and things that we just wanted to kind of address. People that asked us.
Hold on, babe. Let me tell them something really quick.
I'm not saying bye.
So I know, but I know people aren't going to hear us all day on what's happening in El Paso. Date nights, guys, you have to, men out there, take your wives out, like seriously, like at least one time out of the week. Once out of the week. If it's to a movie, I recommend the Alamo Draft House. I know they have one west, one east. It is super freaking fun there. I don't know why I like it. They bring you a menu, you get a drink, you get to watch a movie, and you can kick your feet back. Somebody's mentioning L&J's. I love L&J's too for lunch. They have the best caldo in oh gosh, guys, you have to go to L&J's. If you have not been to L&J's, you are missing out. It's on Stevens Street, and I think Copia. I don't know. It's one of those, but you have to have the food there, guys. The food is freaking amazing. I actually choose that number one, then Carlos and Mickey's. Like, honestly, I freaking love L&J's. You need to go. Going back to date night, downtown is the new place to be. So have your ladies dress up, look gorgeous, and go out and have a nice dinner. There's Ambar, which serves great food too, but I really did like that Wesso place. I'm going to be honest with you. It was so good there. I'm going to go try the sushi place as well. And then they do have a Plaza Theater there where you can watch movies there. Scenic Drive, if you guys haven't done Scenic Drive.
The Rooftop.
Yes. Rooftop is on the Plaza Theater, no?
Yeah, and I'm saying that's another great.
That's another place too. Okay, if you all know me, if some of you guys know me from the past, whatever, I love dancing. Yes, I do.
No.
I love dancing.
Really?
Stop. I love dancing. So you're going to see me in places where I'm out dancing and stuff like that. I will tell you, it's been rather very hard to go to places where you can dance, because a lot of these places are just like stand-up bars. And I don't mind standing in place, but I like music. This past month, we went to Plaza, I think on the rooftop.
Mm-hmm.
Super awesome music to dance. They play everything. We've also been to Rubik's East. That was super fun. They played music all day long. Number 3, Gringo Theory. I know. Some of them have young kids, guys, but I mean, it's like, where do we go? But the music was great. The people that you're with makes it funner. So they had music. And again, I don't know if anybody else has like music somewhere else, but those are the only places that and Bolo Paso, but I go there with my mom because my mom likes the music and I have to take her dancing sometimes.
She snuck in Bolo Paso.
I know, dude. I know.
Guys, you know what? But we're always open for suggestions and recommendations from you guys as well, to where take some of this.
Please share it, guys, because people are lonely at home,
And back to the restaurant part of it, Jackie. I know you got into a lot of them. People are throwing some great alternative and options here. We're gonna have that challenge in El Paso, and I think these places, which are what I consider the top 5, maybe we can get 10 in best authentic Mexican restaurants. We're gonna have that little challenge ourselves, and come up with a winner. I think that'd be really cool for them, and let people know. Cool. And I'll share it with you guys. And again, anybody that's here that's not from El Paso, man, when you stop by, give us a bell, give us a ring, and let's go meet up. We can talk about that and go over all those great places. And just again, to ramble off on all the different things on there, I want to share. Sorry, we're getting some other messages here too. And this is the best part about it.
That is so true.
Someone took a picture where you can actually go up to the mountains on Trans Mountain. Actually, not Trans Mountain, but here in El Paso, and you can get the view of all 3 states, which is being New Mexico, Texas, which is El Paso, and then you also get to cover Chihuahua. It's 2 nations. You get some probably some of the best sunsets here.
Guys, hands down, sunsets are freaking beautiful here.
Oh
my gosh, Google them. Best sunsets. I wanted to start a page of sunsets, but I didn't get to that. But they are amazing here. Yeah. And if you just take the time to stop on Trans Mountain, I usually stop on Trans Mountain with the kids, and we stand on that little rail, you can see the whole freaking city of Mexico and us, and it is beautiful. It's beautiful. The sunsets, especially.
No, yeah, no, it's an amazing thing.
Scenic Drive too.
Scenic Drive. Scenic Drive is probably the number 1 if you really want to get out there and get that view, because you get all Mexico, you get some of the east, west, and what was considered the East El Paso, which is right there by Cielo Vista Mall. And man, I mean, it's an amazing thing. If you're younger, we used to say go and fog up some windows, but anyway, not really.
Fog up some windows? I wasn't in his state. I wasn't his girlfriend. Nobody fogged windows with me.
Trans Mountain is it's a huge one. It's one that we,
scenic overlook. It's 4.5 stars, guys.
Again, the Franklin Mountains State Park. You want to go on some of these trails? They're amazing, guys. Like I said, I almost hate the fact that I don't take advantage of that as much, or never have, to be honest with you. But it's here. We have some cool museums, stuff that's going on in downtown El Paso that we can definitely go on and on here. I don't want to ramble on too much more, because believe it or not, Jackie, we're getting that 55 mark, which is amazing.
God. Okay, yeah, it's 55 minutes, guys. So,
but that's again, guys, if that doesn't tell you how passionate, how much love and respect we have for our city, how we like to.
Oh, thank you, Sylvie. We got to do an interview with you so we can see. Absolutely. And give us some insight on your city too.
No, yeah, and she's amazing. She's our one of our all-time followers on
supporters since we started a podcast
and gets on here. So thank you so much, Sylvie. Yes, ma'am. But for everyone else that got to share some stuff being here with us, Thank you again from the bottom of our hearts. Like I said, El Paso is our home, guys. So yes, we will be biased, but I always love to brag about it all day long. I'm very, like I said, the only time I was ever away from it, and I never really was, when I was next door here in Las Cruces, New Mexico. It's about 45 minutes away. But I love the fact that I can always just come home and treat it like I never left, and it's been amazing. I am a proud Aggie, but I got to tell you, being here in El Paso, there's nothing better than to be a part of it. Big supporter of Aaron Jones, even though he plays for the Packers. No offense.
Khalid. Oh no, Khalid was here. Khalid. He represents 915 like all the time. Super amazing. I love his music. So, we have a lot of great talent here.
When you talk to those gentlemen, they, I believe they were military folk that basically made it to El Paso because of Fort Bliss, and have made it a point to let everyone else out there know that El Paso is their home. And to me, that's amazing. And it goes to show that it's not only me and Jackie being biased, but that's them bragging about a wonderful place. So I'm glad we were able to give you a little bit of that. Stay tuned, guys, because we want to dig in a little bit deeper, break it down. I know we talked about a little bit of everything today. We talked about great entertainment places.
And if you know of anything that we are missing, please kick it down to us, because it feels good to know, like when people recommend places, I go and I'm like, wow, I never heard of this place. And other people should be exploring the city as well. So again, somebody put there, 2021 El Paso, third safest city to live in. Absolutely. And least expensive state to run business. That is some great info right there. So again, we did touch on being the safest city, right? And ranked number one, as Edgar said a few years back. And guys, running a business here in El Paso is doable. You could do so much with running a business here in El Paso. My mom runs a small, for over 30 years, she had a small hair salon. She's still in business. She retired once and then she got another salon, and she's still there. And, and that's the way it goes. And you could almost do anything you want here in El Paso and make a great living, because it's just that affordable. So I know we went up in home sale prices, but guess what? We still can be able to afford it. We still can be able to. So let's not let those dreams crush our beautiful Sun City, right? And we keep the positivity here.
Absolutely. And again,
thank you guys.
If you guys have any questions whatsoever, any specifics, don't ever hesitate to reach out to Jackie and I, as we are here to always be able to assist if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest.
We want to be your guides.
We want to be your guides here in our beautiful city. You got some great options out there, but I know that me and Jackie are definitely the best one. All right.
Edgar.
All right, guys. Well,
bye, guys. Have a fabulous Thursday.
Thank you,
Talk
guys.
to y'all soon. Bye.